All right, check out the lag when I threw that club. And this is an awesome video we're gonna talk about on lag. Why is it so easy that when I just take my one arm swing, take that club, release it out in front, it has crazy amounts of lag, as we can see from the slow motion video. I was still able to clip that tee. I mean, how does that happen? Then we had two arms on there, and all of a sudden we're casting from the top and losing all our lag back here. That's exactly what we're gonna go over in this video. There's two parts to this. Number one, we need to learn how to use the body properly, get those hips and those shoulders opening up to allow it to clear out of the way so that we can release that lag in front. And number two, we have to use the arms properly, and specifically this right elbow the correct way. And I see a lot of players doing this the wrong way. That's exactly what we're gonna go over in this video. This is one of the best videos I've ever done on lag, so make sure you don't skip any part of this. Follow it step by step, and you're gonna have tons more lag. Let's get started. I have got a ton of great videos coming out for you this year, and I don't want you to miss out. Now, the only way you're gonna see my latest releases is if you click that subscribe button down below. Go ahead and click that right now. Hit the thumbs up button, that really helps us out, and post your comments. I would love to hear from you. All right, so let's train this swing first with the right arm, and then we're gonna carry that over into both arms to make this happen. So again, this is a drill where you need to stand up, grab a club right now, start working along with these. You can do these in the comfort of your living room, a lot of the reps for this drill. That way when you get out to the course, you're gonna be so much farther ahead. If you sit and just watch this video and say, okay, that was a cool drill, and then click over to some other video or the next thing that you're doing on the computer or your phone, you're not gonna get the benefits from this. So grab a club, let's get to work right now. It's pretty daggone easy when we do these drills. Doesn't take much time at all. So first let's talk about the number one thing here that I see that really kills people's lag. And that's when they're swinging, the body turns off in the downswing. So my body kind of locks up, my hips don't open, and now all of a sudden to keep this club moving forward, the only thing I can do is keep my arms kind of pushing the club forward, which causes my lag to release back here and to start flipping it and casting at the bottom. That looks something like this. You'll kind of see your hips kind of stand up as you're doing that. Your head backs up away from the ball, and now all of a sudden I'm just kind of flipping and losing a lot of my lag when I'm doing that. So how do we combat that? Well, I think that right arm drill is really good for this. I want you to do 10 reps. Put your left arm behind your back, grab a club with your right arm. If you don't have a golf club, grab any kind of stick, a umbrella, a broom, whatever you got. And let's practice on, as we start down, the very first move being, I'm gonna pivot my entire body so it opens up. Notice how my right foot starts to come a little bit off the ground. If this heel stays down, it's tough to open up my body. If that heel comes up, now all of a sudden it's easy to open up my body. My hips start facing in front to what we call the straight line release position. My shoulders also start to open up in front. So when I'm coming to contact here, as I'm doing these swings, you'll notice how my shoulders are quite open, very much opened where my shoulders will be pointing over here to the left. Now that's a little bit misleading, because what happens is when I add the left arm, my body's still open, but now look how my shoulders look really square. It's this left arm coming across the body that gives it the appearance of being square. In reality, our rib cage, our thorax in PGA Tour players is going to be open 20 to 30 degrees at impact. That's exactly what's going to happen instinctively when I just grab something with my right arm and start to throw it to what I would say is my straight line release point out in front, or that's the point where everything is going to be releasing all of its energy. So that straight line release is something we talk about a lot in the Top Speed Golf system. In a nutshell, what that is I'm going to open my hips to where they're pointing about 45 degrees in front of this golf ball. My shoulders are going to be pointing there, and my arm and my club are going to be pointing there when this club is fully released. Everything prior to that, my body gets there first, my arm is lagging behind. I have a big angle with my hands and arms. Then as I release my hands and arms, they catch up to where my body was. So my body's opening first, then my hands and arms catch up with that. Now that's a big complicated way of saying what goes on in the golf swing. Here's a simple way of doing that. Grab a club with your right arm, swing 10 times, and you're naturally going to start opening up and releasing that club in front. I don't see anybody who grabs a club and swings it one arm that tries to release out in front and does this. I've never seen it happen yet. I don't see that casting motion happening. When we just focus on this point, swing a club with one arm only, our hands and arms and body kind of sync up, and I get that release point happening out there in front of the golf ball, or what would be the golf ball. So 10 reps with that, opening up the body, let that right heel come up, then we're ready to add the next piece of this drill. Now the next 10 reps, we're gonna focus in on what the right arm and the elbow are doing. Now the number one culprit when I'm losing lag, as I start my downswing, or when a player starts their downswing, if this right elbow starts to extend and turn out this way. So if you imagine a laser kind of coming from my elbow, I don't want that to be pointing behind my body this way as I start that downswing. That's gonna get that arm casting, that's gonna get you losing all that lag, big cast from the top. I wanna feel like that elbow's in. The very first move there, as I start my downswing, if I have that laser from the elbow, even though this isn't happening, My elbow's gonna be pointing back here somewhere. I wanna visualize in my mind's eye that laser's pointing to that golf ball. What that's gonna allow me to do again is open up my body first, keep that elbow tucked in, big angle of lag here, and then release it out in front. So having that visual of just right arm only swings again here nice and soft, nothing fancy here, but just open the body, get that elbow in, that's gonna get that club releasing in front every single time. Now once we're comfortable with that, we've done those 10 reps, let's put it all together. I'm gonna have this golf ball here, or imaginary golf ball practice swing here, and I wanna have that same sensation. So let's do 10 more swings where I have that same feeling, but I'm just grabbing the club with both arms now. And you can see how I create a lot of club head speed and was able to get a lot of lag and release it in front because I just kept the same sensation I did when I opened my body and threw the club and when I led with my elbow to keep that good angle of lag. You get into practice reps with this, when you add a golf ball or when you add both arms, it gets way easier. Now let's go ahead and take it where we're gonna hit a golf ball. Now if we get comfortable doing this, we can actually just take our right arm only, make a golf swing and hit a pretty daggone good shot while doing this. There we go, right down the left side of the fairway. Just right arm only. Let's see how far that one went from my flight scope there. So my club head speed obviously isn't gonna be nearly as high. 85 miles an hour. I hit the total distance was 211 after a little bit of roll, carried 190. So we can see a lot of this power, a lot of the speed in the golf swing comes from that angle of lag and releasing that lag in front. Now, a lot of times you'll hear coaches say, well, we don't wanna use that right arm. We don't wanna have that right arm engaged. We wanna take the right arm out of it. That's kind of the wrong way of getting about it. We want to use the right arm a lot. And what the science shows is as we start our downswing, this right arm is adding speed to our club here. What we don't want to do is use the arm a lot in the wrong way. We don't want to have that elbow go out, that elbow push this way, our forearm flip. We want to use that right arm to build speed, but we're thinking about releasing that speed out in front. So once you're comfortable with this, now again, let's grab another golf ball, add the other arm. And the last key to this, to really tying this all in together, is we don't want to feel like we're pushing the club at the bottom of the swing. I want to feel like I'm releasing the club or letting it go. Again, I talked about earlier that straight line release, so that point where everything's releasing in front. I'm visualizing once I have all this lag, my arm is letting that go, almost like I'm throwing that club, letting it go like we did on the earlier part of this video. That's a sensation that I'm having. If I can have that sensation, I can add this other arm and still get tons of lag. All right, so we talked about in this video how a ton of lag can really help you to build that speed and how if you release that in front, it's gonna help you to release that speed through the golf ball instead of hitting at the golf ball and getting tight.